इति क्षेत्रम तथा ज्ञानम ज्ञेयम च उक्तम समासतः मद्भक्त एतद् विज्ञाय मद्भावाय उपपद्यते. Hello friends, this is the 18th shlok of the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Iti kshetram tatha jnanam, which means this way, field and knowledge. Gyeyam cha uktam samasatah, which means and the object of knowledge were spoken. Mad bhakte etad vigyaya, which means my devotees knowing this, mad bhavaya upapadyate, which means attain my nature. So over here, Shri Krishna is now concluding his description of Brahma, and he concludes it by saying that this way I spoke of the field, knowledge and the object of knowledge. Shri Krishna then further add that my devotees who know this, they attain my nature. So basically, the point that Shri Krishna is making over here is that the one who understands what I have spoken in the previous few shloks, they gain knowledge to attain my nature. So from the description over here, we can understand why we find it very difficult to attain union with the divine. So the reason basically is that we think that we are separate being from this universe and we are different. We are not one with this universe. This is basically the main confusion which leads to our separation from the divine. Our true nature actually is divinity, but we are not able to attain it because we think that we are separate. So this basically happens because we think that the knower, the knowledge and the object of knowledge, these are three different entities, but that is actually not the case. All the three of them are one and the same. So we should understand that in each being there is only one knower who is getting reflected through the body as an ego, and basically this body is object of knowledge actually. And so we wrongly make a separation between the object of knowledge and the knower, and basically we just create a lot of confusion. We wrongly identify with the ego and create for ourselves this illusion of separateness. So we can understand it from the example itself that we are using, which is the example of the programmer who is imagining a computer game in his mind. So a programmer is imagining a computer game in his mind. Now in a computer game there are many different characters. So each character is getting the ability to know from the programmer himself, because the programmer is imagining the game in his mind. But let's say that that programmer for one character, basically when he thinks at this universe from one character, he is identifying with that character for that point and he forgets his own nature. If he forgets his own nature, so this parallelism is not completely accurate, but there's no way actually to really describe it, but this is the best we can do. So there is a programmer who is experiencing the game in his mind, and he's experiencing it from all the different characters in there. Now let's say that he for a split second is just localizes him to just one particular character and looks at the game from that particular character, and then in that process he forgets himself and he says that, oh, no, I am just this character. That is the situation of all of us in ignorance. The knower is just the one, he is just the one, but that knower is getting reflected in the body of each of the individual over here. And what happens is that the person starts identifying with that body itself, and so he thinks that I am just limited being, and he forgets his true nature, which is that universal knower who is present in all the beings. So this confusion that a person creates is the source of all the problems that we have. So the true devotee of Shri Krishna, he realizes this mistake and he stops identifying with the ego. He starts to identify with that original knower which is present in all beings, which is Shri Krishna. And by doing that, he attains the nature of Shri Krishna himself. That is what Shri Krishna is saying over here. So our aim should be to rise above this ego and get to that original knower, and then identify with that. As we will do that, we will attain Shri Krishna. That is what Shri Krishna is saying over here. So I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.